Another boring video by Bill.
Our journey begins with an Air Canada flight from Denver to Montreal, followed by a daylight train ride to Quebec City. After 3 days in Quebec City, we board the train late at night for an overnight train sleeper car ride to Moncton. A coach delivers our group to Halifax. Air Canada returns us to Denver by way of Toronto. The first 2 nights of the trip are spent in a Hyatt Regency hotel built into a large shopping mall. This group of 37 people gathered for an orientation and French-Canadian history lecture by a noted historian. A guided walk takes us to Montreal's Notre Dame Basilica.
This order that assumed the debts, but they became the city fathers of settlement, and they had this route.
An archaeology museum is built around Montreal's original wall.
However, here was what they call Montreal Society. So women not only were in charge of the village, they were also in charge of the houses. Each house belonged to
A passenger train is boarded mid-morning for a 3.5-hour trip to Quebec City. The train station is very busy, and Barbara is excited. The train backs out of the station about 15 minutes to switch tracks to Quebec City. Seating is much more comfortable than airplanes. Proceeding forward, we pass through a busy train yard and cross over the St. Lawrence River. We pass through rich, well-maintained farmlands.
Alors que tu vois pas un gros bateau.
Juste un bateau à bord.
Ouais, il y a des bruits.
Ah ben oui.
Passing by the port of Quebec City, we approach the train station to exit the train.
Between the flagstone was dirt.
Yeah.
And when I put the chair down, the one leg was on that. So it was just sort of a very slow tip like this on top.
After explaining how he recently fell out of a chair, Robert Sans-Cartier took the group on a walking tour of Upper Quebec City. Surprise! We visit a highly decorated church. Ocean-going ships visit Quebec City by way of the St. Lawrence Seaway. The Quebec Provincial Parliament building. A very nice red roof building. A fancy and expensive waterfront hotel. Monument to Samuel de Champlain, father of New France and founder of Quebec City. Looking down on Lower Quebec City, a busy port and tourist area. Cannons guard the waterfront. Barbara looks down on Lower Quebec City, another fancy and expensive waterfront hotel. Quebec City's funicular takes people between Upper and Lower Quebec. We boarded the train at midnight in a pouring rain.
And later as terminus for the
Awakening in the morning, we find we are traveling through a large freight
When
yard.
French maritimers. Oh. Okay, I'll be quiet.
The train is 23 cars long, pulled by 2 locomotives, using a third to generate electrical power for the passenger cars.
I came up to the border, and it was summertime, and they had a lot of young, I guess, temporary students working. And I got
crossing, like they'd have to build, like in France they don't go, it's all elevated stuff, right? Yeah. So like the price of the infrastructure would be astronomical for us. So
The observation car is a nice ride and not too crowded. Lower section is stocked with coffee and snacks.
Taking over, of course, I started making a little bit of a research on there, and then come to find out, in the Bay of Fundy, it was off Grand Manan Island.
Aisles are narrow, one person at a time only. Sleeper compartments are very small. Hey, what is this? We were promised a lobster cruise. Okay, this is better.
waiting for the boat.
We are waiting for the boat for a 3-hour cruise. Not very funny. That's right. No boat. Beautiful car. Opa, opa. Oh, it is cute.
You go, couldn't get it.
Yeah, I got one.
Second childhood, you mean? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you pumped up? Very good, yeah. What are we fishing? Pulling in a rope. And you guys encourage them. Now, come on now. Pull. Whoa. There's 600 feet of rope on this one. Okay, now stop. Right there. Okay, I'm just going to clean the bottom of the trap here just a little bit, and then I'll take a peek. I'm going to take a peek to see what you caught. Oh, I don't believe it. Not again. I'm just kidding. Ain't she a mute, man? She's a little bit embarrassed, but we got a chicken. What happened, guys? The chicken. Whoa. Is that a good sign or what? Maybe two chickens, Rob. Okay, now, here's 1,000 feet of rope on this one. Are we pulling? You guys doing your own? Yeah, all right, okay. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Okay, now slow down. I'm gonna just clean the bottom of the trap here. Oh, you caught something. You caught 2 lobsters. Anybody else?
The Acadian flag.
Really much fun. Really interesting.
The Bay of Fundy, located between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, produces the highest tide on the planet.
Translate that in human language. Sometimes the rocks have a very special language. So the rocks, the birds, and then the tides, of course, are
The Bay of Fundy. This is called Castle Cove.
Highly perceivable. It is barely in the undertow as it goes out. Right, the one that really goes on to the right of the door.
Nova Scotia is testing a new renewable energy technology called an in-stream tidal turbine. This technology is similar to a wind turbine under the water, placed in the natural flow of tidal currents, able to generate electricity on the outgoing and incoming tides. The power of the Fundy Bay has been known for a long time.
I didn't realize how that worked.
I go to the gift shop.
Like a 2-hour drive or something. How do you tell where how fits in or what it's from? So comparative anatomy, so that's where
It's a time-lapse video of the tide going in and out. It's coming in. Oh. Did you get to see the wave when it came in, Pam? I didn't see a wave, no. I thought you said it's supposed to be a wave. It's like one wave. There's the boat, high tide, look. Now watch it go down.
It's going to low tide.
It's like bringing in the bathtub. And it'll actually sit on the bottom.
We saw someone sitting on the bottom as we were driving up, didn't we?
I didn't see one, no.
I saw a couple of them lying by a bridge.
Look at that.
Bay of Fundy minus channel. Finished in 1856, this fort was established to guard against a land-based attack from the United States.
You are about to enter British Regiment. We're going to go on to the rampart. When we're on the rampart, I just ask that you don't go in the long grass and see it around the site, as there is a 40 to 50 foot drop on the other side. We're going to take a safe walk along the bottom. After we're done our little walk around the wall, feel free to approach the cannon and the gun embrasure.
We'll make sure it doesn't fire.
It's nothing too specific to the fort that you're standing in now. Citadel is just the word for a fortification on the top of a hill. The actual official name of this site is Fort George. So that's how it would have been identified, more commonly known to the garrison and the citizens of Halifax as the Halifax Citadel. So the Halifax
And I'm sure they knew what was going on in the state.
Later than the period we represent, so they would have been using it just like yeah, so you don't know. That's a great question. So how did the guys get up here? Just on the parade square, we have a here in tripod. That's called a dungeon, which then lit this button on the carriage. So if you look out to the left, you'll see one of our bridges, the McDonald Bridge. And directly underneath is where the naval base is situated. Also fired in the evening to signal it's time to return to the barracks. Other important times for redesign and it kind of played
We enjoyed a dinner at Murphy's on the dock in Halifax. HMCS Arcadia, today used for Sea Cadet training. Theodore II, character in a children's TV series. Last remaining Corvette transatlantic convoy escort ship from World War II. We spent a short but enjoyable time in the Maritime Museum.
Bourgeois? Bourgeois? Hello?
So, as this says here, I'm going to try and give 1,000 years of history in 30 minutes. So mark your watches, especially the Grand Banks. We have done and suffered from overfishing in those areas. And certainly within the last 20 to 30 years, there has been a fair bit of restriction on fishing in these areas, hopefully to make the Atlantic codfish stock return to what it once was.
Barbara trying a Titanic deck chair.
Before we head out on this hour of our afternoon together, I'd just like to find out what
Watching a submarine cruise by while eating lunch.
So I guess they went down. Yeah. But you still know what
Well, I was just, I was young then too, and, bulletproof and everything. Really surprised. Oh, really?
Probably better.
In Lunenburg, we explore its historic narrow streets on foot, visit its historic churches, and examine the Victorian architecture of the old town. Diablo red is the color of these church doors. The town's picture postcard harbor, its colorful waterfront, and homes of flamboyant sea captains reflect its seafaring heritage. Many of these beautifully maintained homes were on the original town plan, established in 1753, the first British colony settlement in Nova Scotia outside Halifax. This family is getting ready for a cold winter.
There are no restrictions in the colors in the town, but if we're going to take this house now, we want to color make the barrels for the fishery. That was Billy Emmino's house. Emmino was the descendant of the Mobiliars.
A vibrant economy was built on farming, fishing, shipbuilding, and trade, particularly with the West Indies. We enjoy lunch at Big Red's Fisherman Catch.
The horsey was looking at me.
He's got brakes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got good brakes.
Oh